Hi. Happy Friday, everybody. 29th day of November, 2019. We are back after the Thanksgiving festivities on Thursday. Hope you had a chance to spend Thanksgiving with loved ones. Hope you overindulged a little bit. Nothing wrong with eating a little too much yesterday. Hope you did. Hope you had a good Thanksgiving. We're back at it here on this Friday after taking yesterday off. And it's normally on Fridays, we promise you a 5-star show. We promise you that on Fridays. Not going to do that today. Well, I'm here. I'm working. Megan is here. She's working. But we're not going to work real hard today. We're just going to kind of move through the day. It is the 29th day of November, 2019. And we do have quite a bit to get to today. Of course, it's Apple Cup Friday. It's Pick Your Paw. Are you a Husky or are you a Cougar? They'll kick off at 1 o'clock at Husky Stadium in beautiful Seattle. Both teams coming off disappointing seasons, really. Huskies had very high hopes for another successful year. That hasn't happened. Cougars weren't exactly picked to have a great year, and they haven't. Both teams were at 6-5. Both teams are going to go bowling. The question is where? Apple Cup at 1 o'clock this afternoon. That's what I'll be doing, watching a little football. We have your weather forecast. Going to get cold. Well, it is cold. It's 17 degrees outside of our studios. We're in for a pretty chilly weekend. Maybe a little dusting of snow in the early part of next week. Forecast details are coming up. I'll also take you to the past report as well. We got some news. We are going to preview the Apple Cup when we get to sports, including a rather fascinating visit with Mike Leach, the head coach of the Washington State Cougars. That's coming up. We have the obscure holiday of the day today. Nothing obscure about Black Friday, but I got some stuff for you there. Got some celebrity birthdays we got today in history. Mike Magnotti has a brand new opinion you've never seen before, and Linda Haglin, the executive director of the Wenatchee Downtown Association, talking about Small Business Saturday, which is tomorrow. So that's when you want to spend your Christmas money on the local businesses who really depend on this time of the year to make ends meet. That conversation with Linda in the back half of the hour. And also we'll talk about the Les Schwab Community Toy Drive, just a heads up. Eric Grandstrom, our very own Eric Grandstrom, and our good friend Brent Rhodes from Country 104.7 KKRV will be broadcasting live tomorrow at Hooked on Toys from 10 to 11. It's the official kickoff of the Les Schwab Community Toy Drive. So all in all, we have a lot to get to on this Friday. It's 3 minutes after the hour. Let's take you around the valley with our Valley View cameras, courtesy of Localtel's Sky-Fi high-speed wireless. The cross camera will let you know it is a beautiful morning, clear skies. We just dropped down to 15 degrees. And get used to that very cool temperatures and dry weather. It's going to be in place today through tomorrow. Another chance of some region-wide light snow during the day on Sunday. I don't think it's really going to happen. Sunrise this morning, 7:25. Sunset tonight will be at 4:13. Days are getting shorter. 8 hours and 48 minutes of daylight on this Friday. And it was a little cool yesterday. We hit 36 on Thanksgiving. Our normal high would be 38, but it was very chilly. The overnight low on Thursday was 20. Our normal overnight low was 28. Of course, we're already at 15, so it's a little on the cool side. We say good morning to the Wenatchee Valley from our cross camera, located adjacent to the cross at the tip of Wenatchee Heights. From this point forward, I don't know. Megan gets to decide. Is that the Valley High camera, Megan? That's the Valley High camera. So that's Blewett Pass that you see out there in the distance. You see the headlights go by. Blewett Pass, of course, was a complete and total mess on Wednesday. Things are looking a lot better this morning on Blewett Pass. For one thing, it's open, so it makes it so much easier to drive over the pass when it's open. I got a pass report coming your way as well. So the Valley High camera, check it in. That's a newer camera. It was only hooked up a few weeks ago. We didn't even know it existed until Wednesday. We went, hey, we got ourselves another camera. That's a nice view there. Camera number 3. That looks to be Blag to me. Am I correct? The top of Blag Mountain, high above the beautiful hamlet of Peshastin, looking down over Leavenworth, the Bavarian village of Leavenworth. That camera, the Blag Mountain camera, is up there in elevation. All of these cameras are, by definition, high up on various mountains and bluffs and ridges, because that's how the Sky-Fi system works. The higher up, the better you are. You don't have to worry about shooting through buildings and trees and things like that, because it doesn't work that way. Finally, camera 4. On a clear and cold morning, look at Billy Goat today, and I think Megan has that zoomed in about as far in as that camera can be zoomed in. You can see Brewster at the very bottom, quite at the bottom, about in the middle of your screen is Brewster. Bridgeport, of course, is tucked behind the ridge there, and way off in the distance, Mount Kalispell in beautiful Canada. On a clear day, you can see forever, and that is a stunning view. And that is our highest camera when we're speaking elevation-wise. That's up there quite a bit. I think close to 5,000 feet in elevation. Speaking of high elevation, hey, congratulations, Mission Ridge is opening today. I'll talk about that when we get to the news. So for you folks who like to strap on a couple of skiddy pieces of plastic and throw yourself down a mountain, this is your day. Mission Ridge open today. They got 23 inches of snow over the Thanksgiving holiday, so they are good to go. Lots of fresh powder at Mission Ridge. So that's a look around the valley at 6 minutes after the hour. From Patriot Plumbing to Heating and Cooling, they give your home a hug. The National Weather Service says, here's what we're looking at today. Again, very chilly today. Cooler today than it was yesterday. 36 was our high on Thanksgiving Day. We'll be lucky to get to the freezing mark, but lots of sunshine, so that's your trade-off. Lots of sunshine today, high of about 32. Increasing clouds tonight, 14 for the overnight low. Lots of sunshine again on Saturday with a high of 29. We're still under the influence of that big low that came in over the southwestern United States. It's dropped down there in the California, Arizona area, but it's the way it's spinning around, of course, it's allowing all that really cold, really dry air to come down from Canada. It's eventually going to dissipate and move away, but that's why we have such the cold air. On Sunday, slight chance of some light flurries. Nothing's going to stick to the ground, and there's only about a 20% chance of snow anyway. On Sunday, we'll top off the old thermometer at about 30 degrees or so. Partly cloudy Sunday night, a little bit warmer for the overnight low because it's going to hold the heat in, and then we get to Monday, partly sunny, 38 degrees, so a little bit warmer. And again, it's going to be a little bit warmer in the afternoon hours because the overnight lows aren't going to be quite so chilly. Could kiss 40 on Tuesday under partly sunny skies. Again, a slight chance of rain-snow mix is possible Wednesday into Wednesday night. None of these chances of precipitation goes above 30%. We'll know more by early next week of the chance that we have for snow next week. Doesn't look like it's really going to happen. Things will be a little unsettled, but not real unsettled. So we're looking okay. No real problems at all. The big story today, tonight, and Saturday is going to be the chilly temperature. Sunday as well. And then we gradually warm up over most of north central Washington. All right, let's take you up to the major mountain passes, the big three. Not looking too bad today, actually. Of course, it is a big travel day for people going east to west who came over to our side of the mountains to visit relatives and friends for Thanksgiving. No advisories, no restrictions on I-90. Snoqualmie Pass is looking good. Roadway is bare and dry. We'll take you to US 2 Stevens Pass next on the agenda. They have a traction tire advisory on Stevens. Compact snow and ice in places on Stevens. Oh, wait a minute. I just got an update just now. No advisories, no restrictions now on Stevens Pass. The roadway is bare and dry. Some frost and ice in places. That's it. And that's pretty much at the summit of Stevens Pass. Once you get over to the summit and you start heading westbound, there's really no problems at all. Just a little dicey at times on the east side of the summit as some of that residual snow from Wednesday's weather event still hanging around. And as I mentioned at the top of the hour, Blue Pass, traction tires are advised. It's open. You'll find some compact snow and ice on the roadway in places. Again, traction tires are advised on US 97 Blewett Pass. Clear skies up above for everybody, by the way, for the mountain passes. So to recap, no advisories, no restrictions on Stevens. You're good to go on I-90. Snoqualmie Pass, Blue Pass does have a traction tire advisory. There's no snow at all in the forecast for the mountain passes today, tonight, nor on Saturday. Could get a little bit of snow on Sunday afternoon, which is going to be a busy travel day, but you're pretty much good to go. 9 minutes after the hour, we're going to take a break, and when we come back, we'll have your Friday morning news. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. We're broadcasting live this morning from Studio 3 in downtown Wenatchee on the NCW Live channel.
Winter is here, and CVCH wants to give your child a free sled to help them stay active. This January, plan to join us for a free event for the whole family. Free sleds, hot chocolate, and fun. For complete details, visit the CVCH Facebook page or check us out at cvchchillout.com.
Hi, my name is Jim Heinlein, owner and agent at Springwater Insurance Group, formerly known as Senior Insurance Services. There's so much new this year. In fact, we brought in a new consultant, Harley, to help us with all our Medicare changes. So if you have questions about how Plan F's going away or what drug plan should I use this year, give us a call at Springwater Insurance Group and Harley and I will solve those problems for you. 888-2600.
We're back at 10 minutes after the hour on this Friday. Clear skies, a chilly 15 degrees outside of our studios. If you're going Black Friday shopping this morning, bundle up, especially if you're going to be waiting in line outside. We'll have lots of sunshine, bountiful sunshine today and tomorrow with our high temperature just about the freezing mark. Will cloud up on Sunday. Here's what's making headlines. U.S. Customs agents say they participated in a cross-border arrest last week when a pilot flew from Canada, landed illegally at the Medhow Valley Airport in Winthrop, and then flew back across the border with federal helicopters in pursuit. This incident happened back on November 20th. It ended at the airport in Langley, British Columbia. That's where the Royal Canadian Mounted Police arrested the pilot. Customs agents say they saw the man throw several bags out of the airplane while it was airborne over the wilderness. The RCMP says the case is still under investigation. They have declined to release the name of the suspect. Well, police agencies are mourning a man who helped them learn new ways and new approaches to civilians in mental health crisis. Eric Skansgard, the director of Community Integration for Catholic Charities in Central Washington, worked with city police and county sheriffs to help people they encounter who are dealing with mental illness. The Wenatchee Police Department gave him a citizen commendation last year for his work. Skansgard died by his own hand. He committed suicide back on November 8th. Wenatchee Police Captain Edgar Reinfeld called him a tremendous friend and partner, end quote, to local police and emergency responders. As a reminder, if you or someone you know was suffering, the Chelan Douglas Crisis Helpline can be reached. The number is 662-7105. That's 662-7105. Well, after a double dose of good luck, Don Ensel has been elected as the new mayor of George. Ensel won a coin flip on Tuesday to settle a tie with incumbent mayor Jareen Nelson. First, however, there was a drawing to see which of the two would be heads. Ensel's name was drawn there. Then County Auditor Michelle Jaderland flipped the coin, landed on heads. There you go. The coin flip was necessary, by the way, under state law after a hand recount showed that the two tied at 28 votes apiece. There was one write-in vote for the mayor of George. It was determined to be invalid. Well, growth may be coming to some less developed areas in and around Leavenworth. Applications on file with Chelan County include a possible 6-lot development on 11 acres on Eagle Creek Road, plus a rezoning that would turn 63 agricultural acres into residential spaces along the Wenatchee River. Now, that larger proposal just across Highway 2 from Pray's Fruit Barn would rezone land now owned by Taylor Orchards, but the owner hasn't filed a formal plan to subdivide the property. Neither application is yet to be approved by Chelan County's Community Development Department. Well, a nice crowd turned out at the recent Grant County Commissioners meeting to give thanks and a bit of fond farewell to Canine Grizzly. Grizzly is the Grant County Sheriff's Office very first canine officer. For 4 years, Grizzly has captured numerous suspects, and back in February of 2018, he helped save a life by tracking down a missing patient with dementia. Grizzly will enjoy his retirement with his handler, Deputy Dave De La Rosa, who will also be the handler for the department's newest canine by the name of Hawk. And finally, of course, it is Friday. It is the beginning of the holiday shopping season, but there's a lot more than that going on. With a preview of what's happening this weekend, our very own Megan McPherson.
Here's a look at what's on tap this weekend around the Wenatchee Valley. Christkindl Market takes place all weekend long in Leavenworth. This is an annual Bavarian-style Christmas market for the whole family and is held in Front Street Park and also in the Leavenworth Fest Hall. This popular and celebrated Northwest tradition features delicious and authentic Bavarian foods, handmade arts and crafts and other gifts, and family-friendly Bavarian and Christmas-themed entertainment. The Salvation Army Arts and Crafts Fair is this Saturday from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. at Club Clearwater. 25 vendors will be selling handmade arts and crafts types items, gifts, and home decor. This benefit is for personal hygiene bags that will be distributed on December 20th during the annual Christmas dinner at the Salvation Army. And finally, Empty Bowls Community Painting Party takes place this Sunday from 1 to 6 at Pybus Public Market. Wenatchee Valley Empty Bowls is an annual event designed to bring together the community through creative expression and education on hunger relief efforts. In exchange for a cash or check donation of $10 for a single or $35 for a family of up to 5, you will be able to paint and personalize your own ceramic bowl. For more information on this weekend's events and others, visit the community calendar at ncwlife.com.
One more item on the agenda. You know, we had a little bit of light snow here in the Wenatchee Valley back on Wednesday. Mission Ridge got a bunch of snow on Wednesday, spilling into Thanksgiving. They got 23 inches of new snow at the Mission Ridge Ski and Snow Board Resort. So they're opening. They're opening today at 9 a.m. That's good news. The whole mountain isn't open, but you can still go up there and do a little skiing. Chair 1 is open, and the Pika Peak Rope Tow is open. Mission Ridge will be open today from 9 a.m. to 4 o'clock and into the weekend, and they'll open up additional terrain and additional chairlifts as conditions permit. Happy skiing, you skiers out there. All right, let's find out what we're working on for the evening news tonight with Grant Olson. Here's Grant.
Coming up tonight on the NCW Life Evening News, growth may be coming to some less developed plots around the Leavenworth area. North Central Washington could see significant economic growth over the next decade as a result of a new federal program that offers tax breaks to businesses. I'll have your clear and cool North Central Washington weather forecast, and Eric Granstrom will have all the day's sports. That and much more coming up tonight on the NCW Life Evening News at 5, 6, and 10. We hope you'll join us then. Dan?
Thank you, Grant. We appreciate it. Yeah, check out the news tonight. We work hard on it. We put together a nice little package. We think it's very important that you stay in the loop and be an informed viewer. As Grant mentioned, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and 10 o'clock, your 3 chances to watch the news. Also available on demand by going to our website at ncwlife.com right around 4:30 or so in the afternoon. Look at the bottom of your screen. That's all the different ways you can get a hold of us. You can pick up the telephone and give us a call. We have a news tip hotline or a regular business line. You can email us news at ncwlife.com. News at ncwlife.com is our email address. Go to our Facebook page. Like us while you're there. We'd appreciate it. You can drop us a line via the Facebook Messenger, or if you want to, you can go to our website at ncwlife.com. You'll see the Contact Us icon at the top of the screen. Click on it, fill out the form, and we'll get it right here. All right, going to take a break, come back. We got sports, the obscure holiday today in history. We got some birthdays for you to pass along. A brand new opinion from our good friend Mike Mad Dog Magnotti. And Linda Haglund, the Executive Director of the Wenatchee Downtown Association, talks about the importance of Small Business Saturday tomorrow. You're watching a Friday edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley, live from Studio 4 in downtown Wenatchee on the NCW Life channel.
Hi, it's Brent Rhodes from the KKRV Big Show.
And Eric Granstrom from the NCW Life channel.
The Les Schwab Community Toy Drive is back.
Join us for our kickoff event at Hooked on Toys, Saturday, November 30th, beginning at 10 a.m.
Leaders of our recipient organizations will be there, and they can explain how your donations get to kids in the Wenatchee Valley who need our help.
It's the Les Schwab Community Toy Drive kickoff, Saturday at Hooked on Toys with the NCW Life channel
and Country 104.7 KKRV.
Hello, Wenatchee Valley, from the staff at Collins Fashions. Christy, Heidi, Georgia, Julene, Judy, and I, we are your Brighton headquarters for the Valley, and we are here to assist you with your personal and gift-giving needs of jewelry, handbags, sunglasses, etc. We carry your favorite brands such as Tommy Bahama, Karen Kane, Tribal, Jag, Nick and Zoe, Joseph Ribkop, foundations from Spanx and Shapies, cute, comfortable shoes and sandals. Our staff will style you head to toe at Collins, where fun meets fashion in downtown Wenatchee.
Welcome back to this Friday edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. I am Dan Kuntz, 19 minutes after the hour. Let's do sports. First of all, I hope everybody had a very good Thanksgiving. Hope you had a chance to kick back and watch a little football and overindulge a little bit. So, for Washington State coach Mike Leach, who loves to make gravy for his family's Thanksgiving dinner, don't try to give him any plastic in his kitchen.
To a lot of wives, it's irresistible. You know, it's like, you know, as soon as there's something plastic that belongs in the kitchen, which in my mind, few things could be more useless, okay? You know, so we've got to have it, right? So this thing's like some kind of a thing where you can mix for gravy. Like, you know, first of all, it's way too small. Okay, then you mix the potato water with the flour and the milk, and you're shaking it up. But as the hot air expands, the thing exploded and got all over my shirt. And one I was ticked off. She handed me, no, here. So I want to do it how I always do it, right? No, here, use this. I bought this. This is really good. No, this will make it a lot easier. Well, it's not that hard to begin with, so it doesn't have to be a lot easier. No, use this. So I put it in there, I shake it up, the thing explodes, goes all over my shirt. I went to the patio door, I took that thing and rifled it into the neighbor's yard. And the last time I saw that thing, it exploded on the side of the neighbor's house. And then I never saw that thing again. And I'm glad I never saw it again. And I don't know what the neighbor did with it. It was kind of cold outside, and I thought that it was probably best I don't go talk to him and ask him about it. And then maybe they could find some plastic thing and put it to good use.
It is Apple Cup Day, of course. Washington State at Washington. Husky Stadium, 1 o'clock kickoff. Coach Leach is quick to remind his players to forget about all the trash talking and all the hype that surrounds this game.
I want them to just worry about improving and getting better this week and focus on their job and just tenaciously battle to play one play at a time.
That's something where comments or last year, all that stuff, do you try to completely compartmentalize that and just focus on you guys every single week, no matter what?
Well, anything else is just bluster. I mean, it doesn't contribute. It doesn't help. I mean, how does it help anything? You know, I mean, it doesn't help anything. And all you have is, do the best of your ability, do it as often as you can, as consistently as you can, and keep doing it. I mean, I don't know. I mean, sit there and reflect and, read some kind of quote or something. That doesn't do anything. I mean, that doesn't affect anything. That's just noise.
Of course, the Huskies have won the last 6 in a row, including all 5 Apple Cups that Husky coach Chris Peterson has been involved in, but he says he puts no more emphasis on the Apple Cup game than any other game.
Obviously much different teams, and it seems like it kind of goes like this every year. You guys would know better than me, but the records seem to always kind of be very similar when we play these guys since we've been here, and certainly the last couple years, and here we are with the same league records, the same overall records, and away we go.
What about you personally, though? I mean, just the fact that this you've been...
I already tell you this, like, Colorado's and Washington State's not more important than Colorado. It's like one game at a time. That's all how I think. And then you go play the next game. And is it fun that there's more energy and those type of things coming into the stadium? That's fun on game day, but it's got to be all done with the preparation and so my mentality is all one game at a time. I do think it's awesome. If the kids, there's more on it for the kids. A lot of times kids from Washington that go here, they all kind of know each other. And there's a lot of kids from California over on that team and a lot of our guys from California. So I think that's good for all those guys.
So wear your team colors, Huskies and Cougars. 1 o'clock today at Husky Stadium. You can watch it on Fox. Of course, wear your team colors, which is why I'm wearing my Yankee sweatshirt. Well, the Wenatchee Wild have back-to-back home games tonight and tomorrow night at the Town Toyota Center. They'll be hosting the Clippers from Nanaimo tonight at 7:05, then Langley tomorrow at 7:05. In addition to the games, the Wild's David Rayfield says you're invited to bring a toy and help out a good cause.
Kind of a joint sponsorship with Works and Les Schwab as we kick off our toy drive. So that'll basically be the whole theme of the weekend, is giving back to the community, as we like to do a lot here with the Wenatchee Wild and our sponsors. But with Works and Les Schwab, we're going to be doing a toy drive for all ages. So stop by your local shops, whether anywhere basically, and bring a toy, whether it's Legos, skateboards, bikes, basketballs, footballs, whatever you can donate, we'd love to have, and we'll be accepting those at the front. And
go Wild. So if you want to watch some possible future Wild players, by the way, there's going to be a squirt hockey tournament over the weekend. It's the Northwest Fall Face-Off Squirt Tournament. It's hosted by WAHA. The Wenatchee Amateur Hockey Association starts today, runs through Sunday. As far as high school basketball is concerned, a few games over the course of the weekend. The winter sports schedule is kind of gradually ramping up, getting underway. Here's the schedule. The Antioch girls will play at Columbia at 1 o'clock tomorrow. The Eastmont girls will host Bothell Saturday afternoon at 2. And boys basketball, Antioch will take on Columbia at 3 o'clock. And Kashmir will host the Eastmont Wildcats Saturday at 7:30. Seahawks, of course, are off until Monday. They'll be hosting Minnesota on Monday Night Football at CenturyLink Field. Seattle comes into the game with a 9-2 record. The Vikings are 8-3. Kickoff 5:15 on ESPN. And those are just some of the games that people are playing on this Black Friday, 26 minutes after the hour. It is Black Friday. It's the obscure holiday of the day today. It's a kind of a harmless holiday when you think about it. People get up early and they stand in line to get great deals. And who's kidding you? There are really great deals. Nobody wants to see brick and mortar stores go by the way of the railroads, and they have taken advantage of this to start the Christmas holiday shopping season. A lot of people, of course, take today off. For a lot of people, it's a 4-day weekend. So having Black Friday, having this particular day, fall of the day after Thanksgiving, is important to a lot of those retail stores. Of course, we play a role in it, we meaning the media. We always have that nonstop coverage, crowds flooding into the stores and crowding into each other and bumping into each other and all that stuff. Black Friday, of course, has kind of lost a little bit of its luster. And by the way, the term Black Friday didn't come from the idea that this is when retailers get out of the red and into the black for the year and they start actually making money. It's another story altogether. I'm not going to get into it. So today is Black Friday. Go out and get some really good deals on some really good stuff on Black Friday. And just, of course, as a general rule of thumb, if you plan on getting me a present for the holidays, for Christmas, I like my presents big and expensive. The bigger and more expensive you spend on me, the better. All right, happy Black Friday. Today in history, the tragedy of the British slave ship the Zong. It was on November 29th, 1781. They were bringing a bunch of slaves over from Africa to the New World. The ship's crew and the captain, they made a bunch of navigational errors. They weren't able to go straight across the Atlantic. They kind of meandered around, and food got scarce and drinkable water got scarce, and they realized, you know what, we're not going to have enough water to make it to North America, and so they decided the best thing to do was to take the 133 African slaves on board the ship and throw them overboard, where they drowned. And that's what they did. That way the rest of the ship's passengers and crew could have enough drinking water to make it to North America, and also the slaves were insured. And so they would collect money on the slaves who would have died anyway because there wasn't enough drinking water on the ship the Zong, the crew murdering 133 slaves on this day back in 1781, 238 years ago. Speaking of tragic incidents, this is the 172nd anniversary of the Whitman Massacre. Missionaries, Dr. Marcus Whitman, his wife, 15 others killed by the Cayuse and Umatilla Indians. It was the cause of the Cayuse War, of course. It was a clash of cultures. When Marcus Whitman came to the Walla Walla Mission and began to settle down as a physician, of course, they brought measles with them, and the measles spread throughout the Native Americans. The Native Americans said, "You gave us the measles, and you're a physician. You've got to cure us of the measles." Of course, he couldn't do that. It still remains controversial to this very day. I've been to the Whitman Mission down there, and they handle it, I think, with considering the controversy involved, I think they handle it quite well. A lot of the Native Americans said, just leave us alone. We don't want your religion, and we don't want your measles. And Marcus Whitman said, the white man's coming anyway, so you might as well get used to it. The Whitman Massacre happened on this date 172 years ago today in 1847. On a much more different note, happy birthday to Pong. Boop, boop. We had Pong growing up. We played Pong all the time. Atari released Pong on November 29th, 1972, the first video game. Its video games have changed in the last 47 years, but nothing beats good old Pong. Now, of course, today it just be kids go, this is it? Pong was revolutionary. We played Pong all the time. We wore out our Atari. We loved Pong. Happy 47th birthday to Pong. Finally, November 29th, 1987, 32 years ago today, 2 agents from North Korea planted a bomb on Korean Air Flight 858. They're during one of the stopovers on its way to Seoul, South Korea. It was flying over the Indian Ocean. The bomb detonated. All 115 passengers and crew were killed. The 2 North Korean agents were apprehended before they could make it back to North Korea. One of the 2 agents committed suicide. The other agent tried to commit suicide, failed, was brought to justice, was put on trial, was sentenced to death, and eventually her death sentence was commuted because they realized that she had been brainwashed by the North Koreans to do that. She's still alive. She lives in hiding in South Korea. A dark day for relations between those two countries, certainly. Let's do some birthdays, shall we? At 30 minutes after the hour. Happy birthday, Vin Scully. 67 seasons as the voice of the Dodgers, first in Brooklyn and then Los Angeles. The longest continuous tenure of any team as a broadcaster in professional sports history. That's amazing. 67 years of association with the Los Angeles Dodgers. He retired 3 years ago at the age of 89. Vin Scully, the legendary Vin Scully, is 92 years old today. He was about as good as it gets. I miss Vin. Still around. He just doesn't call play-by-play anymore. Happy Big 5-0, the 50th birthday of the greatest relief pitcher in baseball history. Mariano Rivera celebrates his 50th birthday today. Born in Panama, of course. Now he lives in the United States. 19 years with the New York Yankees. He was the last man in baseball history to wear the number 42 when they retired Jackie Robinson's 42 back in 1997. They did it league-wide, but they allowed anybody who was already wearing number 42. If you were an active major league player, you could continue to wear number 42, and he did until his retirement. And of course, back in July, he was inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame as the first player ever to be unanimously elected by the Baseball Writers Association of America. Happy 50th birthday to Mariano Rivera. And finally, happy 31st birthday to Russell Wilson. In his first 7 seasons with the Seattle Seahawks, he has won 75 games. That's more than any other NFL quarterback has won in their first 7 seasons. He is currently the second highest rated NFL passer of all time. Only Aaron Rodgers has a higher lifetime rating. He holds 36 individual records for the Seattle Seahawks. And of course, in April of this year, he signed a 4-year, $140 million contract extension, making him the highest paid player in the NFL. Happy 31st, Russell Wilson. Never leave. All right, never leave. A couple of items, housekeeping to get to before we move on down the line. First of all, I've been talking about this Campbell's Destination deal all through the month of November. It ends in the month of November, so if you've been, geez, Dan's been talking about it, you can get a room at Campbell's starting at just $95 a night, and all you got to do is be a local. Well, this is it. If you don't do it between today and tomorrow, you're not going to be taking advantage of it. It's a November deal, all right? It is the NCW Life Destination deal at Campbell's Resort. Again, if you're a local, if you live in North Central Washington, give Campbell's a call and say, I'd like to spend a couple of days up there, and I like this whole $95 a night rate to start with. You can get, of course, a nicer room for a nicer rate. They're all nice. It's Campbell's, for crying out loud. So take advantage of the sunny, cold weather and head up to beautiful Lake Chelan. You don't have to worry about the crowds or anything. And if you're a local, you can get a room at Campbell's for just $95 a night. But it ends this weekend, all right? And finally, of course, the Les Schwab Community Toy Drive is back, and it begins tomorrow with the big kickoff party. Take a look at your screen. These are all the organizations that are going to be benefiting when we get all the toys gathered. So make your donation, get your toys, and our friends at Sage and CASA and the Children's Home Society and all the people that you see there, they're the ones who are going to get the toys and distribute the toys. But first of all, we got to get the toys, and that's where you come into hand. These are all of our sponsors, including, of course, our great friends at Les Schwab. And a friendly reminder, tomorrow morning from 10 to 11, Eric Granstrom and Brett Rhodes will be broadcasting live at Hooked on Toys in Wenatchee. Again, 10 to 11, go on down, say hi to Brent, say hi to Eric, check out how we make television magic happen, and pick up those toys. If you don't know what kind of toy you get, they have the toy tree inside of it. They have specific toys for specific kids. You can buy that. Gift certificates are fine, doesn't really matter. We have a complete list of the different kinds of toys for the different kinds of gender and ages and all that good stuff. It's back thanks to our friends at Les Schwab and all of our participating sponsors. We expect to see you tomorrow sometime between 10 and 11 at Hooked on Toys in Wenatchee. And again, we will be broadcasting live. It's a simulcast. You can hear it on the radio on Country 104.7 KKRV or watch it right here on the NCW Life channel. We're going to take a break. We'll come back with a brand new opinion from Mike Magnotti. The topic today is incarceration, and then my conversation with Linda Haglund, the Executive Director of the Wenatchee Downtown Association. You're watching a Black Friday edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
So rumors have been swirling around about a reopen, just like the storm clouds in September that flooded the walk. So here's the word straight from the horse's mouth. This is Sean, and I want to personally invite you down to the walk and check out the extensive repairs, new floors, and a couple additions. The Walkabout Grill is reopened with a fresh new look. We've been giving the place a facelift while we wait. So come on down to the walk in Wenatchee and get your noodle fix. Swimsuits are no longer required. Walkabout Grill, where eating out is eating healthy, with 2 awesome locations to serve you in Wenatchee and Leavenworth.
Campfire North Central Washington, serving youth ages 3 to 18. Register today in one of Campfire's programs. Club members meet regularly with volunteer leaders to learn responsibility, sharing, cooperation, and citizenship. When a child is involved in Campfire, they will be actively learning and engaged in activities, encouraged to learn new skills, feel a part of the group, learn to work in a team setting, participate in planning, goal setting, and making lasting memories.
It's time to renew your body and mind. It's time for Stressless. Now at Boswell's, save $200 on Stressless seating with a minimum $50 donation to charity, or $400 on Stressless Mayfair, featuring innovative ergonomic comfort systems and multiple sizes for a personalized fit. Don't wait. It's time for Stressless. Proud to be endorsed by the American Chiropractic Association. Shop Boswell's, 2915 Easy Street in Wenatchee.
Are you like many who are lacking in their retirement plan but are skeptical to talk to an advisor? Are you concerned about where you should put your money or who to trust? At Solomon Financial, we are more about the people we serve than policies or products. We are a fee-based fiduciary with the mission of giving you the peace of mind so you can live the retirement of your dreams. If you have any of these questions or concerns, we'd welcome you to come see us.
I'm Daisy Baltz. I'm Director of Housekeeping here at Colonial Vista, Prestige Senior Living now. I enjoy what I do. I'm happy here, so I just stay. And that's one of the things that they're so well known for, is their quality of care, trying to meet every resident's needs. Residents are my number one. If they're happy, then I'm happy. I can tell that. They smile, they laugh. Happy residents, happy life.
Call today for your tour.
This is Mike Mad Dog McNally, and everybody is entitled to my opinion. Now, I recently read a book about Johns, the guys who patronize prostitutes. The gist of this book is that prostitution is not an honorable profession, something I agree with, yeah. And that the way to address this issue is to stop prosecuting and persecuting the women themselves who engage in this business, but to change the focus and prosecute the men who engage in this activity. Now, I agree. One of the common denominators of these guys is they're unwilling, for whatever reason, to do the work of forming and maintaining a relationship because deep down they believe women are just there for sex. This attitude has created a massive, overwhelming problem with human trafficking and child exploitation in our society, not just in our country, but throughout the world. Now, it's time to change our focus, folks, and target the men who create the demand for this type of behavior. This is Mike Mad Dog Magnotti, and that's my opinion.
Hi, I'm Ricardo, and this is Amanda, and we are from Impact Auto Sales.
From our staff here at Impact Auto Sales, we want to wish you happy holidays. With our wide selection of used cars, trucks, and SUVs, let one of our friendly sales staff help you find the vehicle that fits your lifestyle. We have financing available for all credit types and great low rates for first-time buyers. Call us today at 888-8000 or stop by 3522 State Highway 97A in Wenatchee. Impact Auto Sales, where we strive to make an impact on your life and not your wallet.
Badger Mountain Brewing is proud to announce the grand opening of our new kitchen. Come try out our new menu featuring fabulous steaks, prime rib, gourmet burgers, and seafood grilled up by experienced meat master, Chef Galen Goodman. To complement your mouth-watering meal, Badger Mountain Brewing features 14 in-house crafted beers, an alcohol-free root beer infused with 11 different herbs and spices, 3 different ciders, and a great wine selection. Don't miss out on the best meats and the best brews down at Badger Mountain Brewing, located at 1 Orondo Avenue across the tracks from the Pybus Market.
Back to Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. I am Dan Kuntz, making her very first appearance on this program.
Today
is the executive director of the Wenatchee Downtown Association, Linda Haglund. We got lots to talk about, but before, you can't see this because it's virtually disappeared.
I picked a green bag.
You picked a green bag. So what I got in here, do you mind if I dip in here?
Go right ahead.
So first of all, I hope you got my coffee. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. There's something blocking the way.
There is.
We'll talk about this Yeti chocolates in just a little bit, all right? And of course, we have my Wenatchee, Heart of Wenatchee blend. This is excellent coffee. Yeah.
Mela does a great job.
Yeah, they really do.
Yeah,
and Linda always brings me this as a little swag. And the nice thing about it is my coworkers go, "Is Linda coming? Because we want more of the
downtown coffee."
Downtown coffee. So just go to Mela and buy it. You doofballs.
Well, they honestly brew this and roast this specially for us.
Yeah.
So you have to get it from us, or we have it at the chamber. People can buy it there. But we have this primarily that we like to send a little bit of home back with people, a little bit of Wenatchee when they come to visit. So.
And we'll talk about the chocolates here.
We will.
In just a little bit. We got a lot. I haven't seen you for a while. How are things?
Really
what's,
good.
What's cooking?
Has this been a blur this year? I mean, it was summer and now, they're counting down to Christmas, right? Thanksgiving is next Thursday. So, we're downtown's doing really good, strong and healthy. Every day I pinch myself that I get to do this job in the community that I love. So, we're doing great downtown.
This is a strange year calendar-wise. I mentioned this at the show, at the start of the show. This is as late as Thanksgiving can be. So everything is like a week behind on the holiday shopping season. A week from today will be Black Friday, but more importantly, a week from tomorrow, next Saturday, is Small Business Saturday.
It is. So when you compress your shopping season, it adds some pressure on the retailers. Remember, for small business, this is it, right? Black Friday, you get the ads, it's the big box day, right? But our small businesses, our entrepreneurs all over the nation recognize that they know their customers. Small business is a totally different animal. So American Express years ago had this idea, and I honestly don't think they knew what it would be. Different businesses can register for Small Business Saturday and they get some signage and swag. And then we as an organization this is my 9th one, we register as a small business champion. So we get also swag that we can advertise and give to some of the retailers to hand out. What I'm asking on behalf of the downtown, we have a request for everybody in this community, and really everybody, because I'm sure you're nationwide now, you're expanding nationwide, right? So we're asking to be mindful of small business this holiday. It isn't just Saturday. Saturday is an awareness campaign, but what we're asking for is, we know you have lots of options. You can sit on your couch and you can click away, right? And you can do all your shopping. What we're asking you is to be mindful and purposeful that you do some shopping in our small local businesses. We invite you downtown to celebrate the holidays with these who are your neighbors, right, that own these small businesses, and help them by honoring and spending some love in the community shop small in these small businesses. Saturday's the emphasis of that, so there'll be lots of things going on, but it really is a bigger message, and it is a day of mindfulness to shop small.
When I had my downtown business in the early 90s, I can safely tell you that about 40% of my yearly profits depended on holiday sales from Thanksgiving to Christmas. That was a huge chunk of my revenue.
Yeah. And because of that, we had an opportunity to do something super fun. I'm going to segue for you. Sorry.
Please go right ahead.
Segue. So early in the year, or actually it was a year ago, Michael Machado, who works for People's Bank, said, I have this crazy idea. What if I could get some money, and could we do an incubator space downtown in an empty building? And he reached out to myself in the chamber. And Geraldine and I, in true form, bobbleheaded, said, absolutely, absolutely. Well, he got it. And you don't know what you don't know. So this has been a little bit of a lift for us, but that's a good lift because we are economic development driven. So we decided to call it the People's Marketplace. It will be in the Mills Brothers space, and it will open Small Business Saturday. We tested the water a little bit in Wine Walk. We had some in there. We put a winery
Which,
in
by
there.
the way, was insanely successful.
Insane.
The
It's
oh,
so
yeah.
good. We need it so bad this
Yeah.
time of year because it's our biggest fundraiser. But we tested the water a little bit. And next Saturday, Small Business Saturday, we'll have 12 little incubator businesses in there. Yeti Chocolate is one of them. So I brought you some chocolates. Willow Merritt owns Yeti Chocolate, and these are her. This is her handicraft, right? They're amazingly creative and wonderful. We'll have 12 incubating businesses in there from Small Business Saturday through Christmas. The other thing we were able to do, because it takes a village to do these kind of things, the other economic development driven organization that is the biggest one is the Port of Chelan County, so which will become the regional port. They've given us some money, a little bit of money every year to help with economic development. So because we didn't know what we didn't know, and the money we got pays for rent, and then, oh, by the way, you have to get Wi-Fi, and oh, by the way, you have to take care of all of these things. We were able to leverage some of that Port of Chelan County money to help us really facilitate this and not burden our small profit. So it's super fun. I can't wait to have the community embrace these small businesses. And bigger than that, I can't wait for their what's next.
Yeah.
Could this be the launch of something? So they're going to be open Thursday, Fridays, and Saturdays from small business on. Because remember, they're baby businesses, right? And many of them are working somewhere else or, by the way, have other jobs.
Yeah, Willow, for instance, her chocolate thing is actually in Rock Island.
Yeah,
She's just moving it on 3 days a week to downtown.
Yeah, and so we have to honor and respect that they have maybe, oh, by the way, other things. What we hope to come from this is some of these businesses will take the next step. And that next step might be consignment into other areas and other stores, or opening their own brick and mortar business.
Do you have? Is the Mills Brothers building is a big building? How many small micro businesses have you where
12.
Can you take? And are you sold out?
Well,
or is there
no,
room for more?
but we want them to have ample space. Like Wenatchee Wear is a larger display, so we don't want them really crowded. But there are some creative things going on. So follow our Facebook. There will be a dinner in the basement one night. One of the incubators had this great idea to engage people. And then there'll be some classes in the basement. We're utilizing the upper floor. And so when you come in, there is identification in the windows coming soon, People's Marketplace. But you're going to come in and you're going to go, okay, this is a pretty cool idea. And it is a really cool idea. The other really fun thing for me to say, and thanks to People's and now the Port, we can offer these to the small businesses free.
Yeah.
And they get to run their own sales and be the captain of their own ships. We receive no revenue from them for this, as it should be. If they're really going to incubate, let's give them the best possible option to be as successful as possible.
You mentioned the Port of Chelan County is soon to become the Chelan-Douglas Regional Port Authority, who just spent about $5 million and bought a lot of property downtown to make something happen down there. That's got to make you feel pretty good.
You know, what a story we have to tell. And the really fun thing I get to say, because our story is so unique here right now, in all of this development and all of this stuff happening, we have the privilege to host the State Main Street Conference in April. We're bringing all 34 Main Streets to Wenatchee because they want to see this story. The Port's a part of that story. And what we have that's unique here that a lot of communities don't have is we have a collaborative working relationship with the city, the Port, the Chamber, the downtown, the Economic Development District, the college. We have this collaborative, I like to call it, we have a culture of entrepreneurship and collaboration here. And because of that, we have a great story to tell. Those buildings, the future of those buildings on Columbia Street, not just the waterfront, how fun. We toured them in the Possibilities Tour last spring. My brain just goes crazy, right? What could this be? And what a great location. And what is that going to do to downtown? all the way down the line with what is the Widener development that's going to be in the Firestone parking lot in the next 3+ years to bring that housing and all of that neighborhood then into downtown. Wenatchee downtown's going to be the place to be. And we can thank, again, this collaboration and people with vision.
And there's another collaboration going on. That's between the Wenatchee Downtown Association, the Wenatchee Valley Chamber of Commerce, the City of Wenatchee, and the Chelan County PUD, because in about 3-4 years, they're going to vacate their 8-acre property downtown, head off to Old Station. That has a myriad of possibilities. I know you guys are already starting to float some ideas.
8 acres, 5 buildings, and 170,000 square feet. Not that I know those numbers. And one of the buildings on the back side is a really old, cool, funky building. So that conversation, the fact that our organization, and kudos to the PUD, the port, and the city for seeing the importance of, let's talk about what this could be. And then Shiloh from the chamber and I get to go and tag along and go, don't forget about this, don't forget about this. That we have a voice in this, I'm incredibly grateful for. It will impact downtown. It will impact the entire community. And we have a voice at the table for things like this. We're about to update a sign code. And that's going to impact North Wenatchee. We get to be at the table of these conversations. Wenatchee's changing. And I'm excited that this is a purposeful discussion about what these changes should be.
Hotel folks don't open hotels. They don't build them unless they think people will put heads in beds. They had another ribbon cutting ceremony, or groundbreaking ceremony, I should say, yesterday. Of course, the Hilton Gardens Inn right next to the Pybus is doing great guns. They're building another one out by Walla Walla Point Park. They're building another one out there in Old Station. And you talk to the owners and these developers, and they say they're trying to call it, or they're sort of using the acronym of the triangle. Town Toyota Center and Walla Walla Point Park is one, Pybus is a point, and downtown is a point, and the three of them complement each other. Having all of these hotel rooms coming into town has got to make you just giddy, lightheaded.
It does, because remember, our convention center is where? Right in the heart of downtown, right? So it brings people to this place. But one complaint people have had in bringing conferences and something here is our ability to house them all easily. You look at Triple Crown or baseball, you look at all of these things that our recreation in this area can offer. Hotels are a key component to that. These are new hotels. And this is going to give people an option and variety, but look at where they can stay and look at how many they can stay. I mean, you can be on the waterfront, you can be downtown. And then we have some great older properties too that people enjoy. So we've given people variety and another reason to come here. And I love it. I love all of this growth. I know you and I call us purebreds. We're born and raised here, right?
Yeah.
Have you ever envisioned this kind of change, not only in our downtown, our entire community, the foothills, all of these efforts coming together to really make this a even greater place than we are.
It has a nice urban vibe to it, and I'm kind of into that. I like that. One more thing before I cut you loose, and this has got to, this has got to be making you giddy. This is Wenatchee's year for the Hort Convention. They'll be in town in early December.
I know.
Here they come. You ready?
And remember, Festival of Trees is moving, right?
Yeah.
So Festival of Trees is moving. We, just a little, I can do a shameless plug. We don't do anything with Festival of Trees. However, we did do a mini tree, and it is called a Mingle and Jingle Downtown Tree. And we bought 20 gift certificates from 20 businesses in downtown, and we did a gift card tree. So cute. Go see it. So that is going to be on the 7th. And then the Hort starts loading in on Sunday the 8th, and they're Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Lots of trucks you will see in downtown, lots of people moving around in the community. We get it every 3 years. And it does make sometimes traffic difficult at certain times, but the revenue that brings to this community in those 3 critical days, a Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, is really, really important. The other thing I will say is typically we've done a free, we call it Chaos with Santa, free pictures, free pizza. because of the Festival of Trees moving, that has been now taken on by the Women's Resource Center in Pybus. So Saturday the 7th, those free pictures, pizza, fun day with Santa will be at Pybus.
At Pybus. And kudos to Parsons for doing it for free.
Every time.
Of course, I'm not surprised. Let's wrap up where we began. The People's Marketplace has its grand opening on the Saturday after Thanksgiving. November 30th. It'll be open Thursday, Friday, Saturdays through the holidays at the old Mills Brothers location. And Yeti Chocolates will be there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you
I can't
so
wait to
much
see
for
that.
our little small profit. Just appreciates so much the opportunity to come and message in this way. And bringing a little coffee and chocolate is really a cheap price to pay to be able to come and talk to you.
At the risk of editorializing, but I'm going to do it anyway, there are examples of this all over the country and all over, really all over the Pacific Northwest to be specific, but a lot of downtowns are rotting away at the core and everybody's moving out to the suburbs and downtowns are falling apart. We have the exact opposite going on. We have a thriving, active downtown. People want to go downtown. They want to hang around downtown. They want to eat downtown. They want to shop downtown.
I know.
Yeah.
I love it.
So yeah, it's which is why you're going to be hosting a bunch of these Main Street folks to figure out how it's done right, and it's done right here.
And that will be April 6th, 7th, and 8th.
My name is Brian Thorpe. I own Global Car Care in Wenatchee and have been here for about 25 years.
Brian started Global Car Care as Brian's automotive alternative on Orondo Street.
Some customers were following Brian since Brian's automotive time.
No, we're just grateful to be part of this community. This is where I grew up. We want to do our part to be a valuable part of this community. We want to thank you for trusting our business for 25 years.
It's estimated that 1/3 of Americans do not have a financial plan. At D.A. Davidson, their advisors are working to change that because they understand the importance of planning for the future. At D.A. Davidson, they believe in partnering together to build a strategy tailored to your needs. They spend the time and have the knowledge to help keep your financial future on track. Let D.A. Davidson Financial Advisors of Wenatchee put the strength of advice to work for you.
You don't have to be a member to enjoy the view and dine-in style at Highlander Bar and Grill in East Wenatchee. Open 7 days a week, Highlander Grill offers breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Dine in or take it to go, our friendly staff is here to serve you. Reservations recommended for Friday night's prime rib dinner. Call for live music dates. Hi, I'm Shalane, site coordinator for Highlander Grill. Give me a call to schedule your event today.
AC Checker has new owners who put customer service first. When you have to get there on time, call fast, friendly, reliable AC Checker, 663-TAXI. AC Checker has the industry's only on-time or it's free guarantee. Conditions apply. Call AC Checker, 663-TAXI to schedule your cab or schedule online at acchecker.com. Call American Classic Taxi, 663-TAXI. That's 663-8294.
Couple minutes to go on this Black Friday edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Let's wrap up this program where we began this program with the forecast from the National Weather Service, courtesy of our friends at Patriot Plumbing, Heating and Cooling. And there you see it, lots of sunshine today, a little on the cool side. 32 is all we're going to get to. We're at 17 degrees right now. We are still under the influence of that big low over the southwest U.S., which is just basically acting like a big vacuum and is sending all this cold, dry air down from Canada. It's going to be hanging around for the next couple of days anyway. 14 for the overnight low tonight. Lots of sunshine Saturday. We'll be lucky to get to 29 or even 30, so it's going to be cool. Increasing clouds expected Saturday night, and then on Sunday, we're going to be cloudy. Just the slightest chance of a snow flurry. In fact, we do have a slight chance of a lingering flurry, really Sunday through Thursday of next week, but none of the chances of snow is anywhere near what we had on Wednesday. We're looking at maybe 25 to 30% chance of snow. Whatever snow we're going to get isn't going to stick around a great deal because we're going to warm up a little bit we're going to go from well below normal to a little bit above normal by the time we get to the middle part of next week. But we are going to cloud up. Just to go real quickly on the mountain passes, the only advisory we have for you is on Blewett Pass. Traction tires are advised on US 97 Blewett. They have some Compact snow and ice on the roadway, but that's it. I just looked at the picture of it. It looks pretty good to me. I-90 is fine, bare and dry, no advisories, no restrictions. Stevens Pass, bare and dry, no advisories, no restrictions. Have yourself a great weekend. Don't forget, wherever you go this weekend, take us along. We are portable. And my guests on Monday will be the 2 drum majors for the Wenatchee High School Golden Apple Marching Band. Until then, take care. Bye-bye.